Hi all, myself Beno Paul. I am working at SNS College of Physiotherapy. Today we can see about the sensory system. So, so first we can see about introduction and classification of sensory system and what are the types of sensory receptors and tracts. So sensory system, it is an ability to organize and use any sensory information by to inform to the brain. So that is the sensory system. So classification of sensory system. So sensory system is classified based on the types or location that receptor present in a body and also and spinal pathway to inform to the higher centers, that is a brain. So we have three sensation. So superficial sensation, deep sensation and combined cortical sensation. Superficial sensation, so it is a response by the receptor, so that this receptor can respond from the sensory superficial sensation. So these receptors receive stimulation from the external environmental, that is the skin and any subcutaneous tissues. These substance or these structure can stimulate receive a stimulation and response to the brain centers. So these receptors are response for the perceptions like pain, temperature and light touch and pressure. So these sensation will are also called the superficial sensation. Next, deep sensation. So deep sensation mainly responds from the proprioceptor. So these proprioceptors are receive stimulation from the muscles or tendons and ligaments, joints and fascia. So these structures can receive the stimulation throughout the proprioceptor and these stimulation sent to the brain centers. So it responds for the position sense and awareness of the joint and movements awareness and vibration. So these are the deep sensation. Next type of sensory receptors. So first mechanoreceptors. So it responds to the mechanical deformation of the any receptors or surrounding areas. We have a cutaneous receptors. So first we can see about free nerve ending, hair follicle endings, Merkel's disc, Ruffini ending, Russell end bulbs, Meissner's corpuscles and Pacinian corpuscles. These are the cutaneous sensory receptor. So first we can see about the free nerve ending. So it located at the throughout overall the body and it functions that perception of the pain, temperature, touch and pressure. So this is a free nerve ending. Next, hair follicle endings. So it located at the base of the hair follicles. So main function is mechanical movements and touch. Next, Merkel's disc. So it located below the epidermis layer and its function, that's Merkel cell function, is touch, velocity of the touch, tactile localization and 2-point discrimination. Next receptor is a Ruffini endings. So it located at the deep layer of the dermis. So its function is touch and pressure. Next, Russell in bulbs. So it located at the dermis layer and its function is touch and pressure. And Meissner corpuscles, so located at the dermis layer and its function is touch and recognition of the texture. And last is Pacinian corpuscles. So it's located at the subcutaneous tissues and its function is deep touch and vibration. So these are the mechanoreceptors to receive a sensation to the brain centers. Next, deep sensory receptors, that's deep sensation. So muscle receptors, muscle spindle, Golgi tendon organ, free nerve ending and Pacinian corpuscles. And joint receptors, we have 4: Golgi tendon ending, free nerve ending, Ruffini ending, and Pacinian form endings. And muscle receptor, so muscle receptors, first we can see about muscle spindle located parallel to the muscle fibers, and function is position and movement sense. And Golgi tendon organ located at the proximal and distal tendinous insertion of the muscle. So function is inhibition of the contraction muscle and facilitation of antagonist. And free nerve ending located in the fascia of the muscle, and function of free nerve ending is pain and pressure. And Pacinian corpuscles located in the fascia of the muscle, and function is vibration, deep pressure. Joint receptors, Ruffini ending, so located at the joint capsule and ligaments, and function of the Ruffini endings, so velocity of the joint movements. Next, Golgi type nerve endings, so located at the ligaments, and function of the Golgi type ending is rate of joint movements. And free nerve ending located at the joint capsule and ligaments, and function is pain and crude awareness of the joint motion. And fasciniform endings located at the joint capsule, so function is rapid joint movements. Thermoreceptor are the two receptor, cold receptor and warm receptor. And Nociceptor is a pain receptor, and Chemoreceptor is the taste, smell, and oxygen. So tracts, we have two tracts: anterolateral spinothalamic tract and dorsal column mediolemniscal pathway. So anterolateral spinal tract, we have a two tract: anterospinothalamic tract and lateral spinothalamic tract. So anterospinothalamic carries the sensation of the crude touch and pressure, and lateral spinothalamic tract carries a pain and temperature. And last, we can see about a medial lemniscal pathway. So it carries the 2-point discriminatory touch and proprioception vibration. So these are the function of these both tracks. Thank you.